This is Justin on Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Take a look at the daily here. So we closed, here we go again, right at the 38.53 price that I talked about yesterday. Got a bull candle there, and we actually interacted with that price a few times during the day today. So this is the 3-minute zoomed out to include yesterday. So we opened there yesterday, and then here we are with the double top, selling off from about 38.53, bounced off of it, and then sold off from it. And then, like I said, we closed at it. I don't know if this is some kind of FOMC thing today. It's a Wednesday. I don't know what there was going on. I wasn't really actually paying attention much to the market at that time. I was doing other things. But we were inside yesterday. So this was a great gap up. Really nice 10 EMA setup, but you would really just want to wait after an hour to get into something. After an hour, we were way down here, kind of consolidating. Looked like it could go either way, end up breaking out. And then that candle, oops, not that candle. This one right here, that candle is a bear candle closing above the 10, which was a really nice setup for the bull move. I will go back and say that this bull candle closing below the 10 was a really nice setup after 9:30, after an hour of the market being open, for the bear setup, and that just didn't trigger, but this one did trigger on the bull side. And so then it's a matter of, okay, well, how do you take this trade? You can get in bullish there, and then your stop, a conservative stop would be down here, maybe somewhere in between this range, maybe around here, a little bit lower, obviously below the 10 here. So if we look at this as being a stop, let's go look at the call option to see what you could have done. So this is the 383 call. We'll draw that in again here on the option. So you're getting in about 150, and your stop comfortably would be right here about 1. So that's a 0.5 risk. You can get into 2 contracts, and your target would then be 210, which is about right here, and actually a little bit higher for 1.2 hour trade. Let me redraw that. So 210 is your target, and that would have been right above this candle, right into this range here. So easily attainable. Like, it was up there earlier in the day. Could it happen again? Sure. I went sideways for quite a bit. At this point, you could be tightening up your stop, maybe to this last pivot. So you could be losing only down to 1.2 instead of all the way down to 1, which is only a loss of 0.6 if it does come back down there. But it didn't actually ran up. If you had sold one contract, you would have been up a little bit, and then you could have held on for a while. What's a while? What's the next target? Well, we can go back to SPL. I forgot I switched back and forth between SPX. All right, I meant to look at SPY before we did that. I think it was about the same setup in SPY because I was looking at SPX here. All right, we'll zoom back into this. Same setup. That's what I meant. I was doing this yesterday. I was going back and forth between the two. Okay, same setup here. That by that. But in this case, you're looking at you're looking at the right prices here, but I don't have the green lines. So now we're going to go back to SPX. Oops. See, I'm out of practice. It's that time of year. All right, back here. What's your next target? I would say we made it through this green line, go for the next one, but we didn't quite get there. What would the price have been way up here? This was around, if we convert this, just basically divide by 10 is close enough. So 387.50, that's what we'd be looking for. So if we go look at SPY again, yeah, I know, sorry for the back and forth. It wasn't quite up there. Let's see, 386. So we didn't get up to 387 even. So maybe it's not quite divided by 10. It's close, but we had this bull candle, ran up a little bit more, pulled back. I guess when it doesn't push back up and make a new high, that's when you know, okay, let's get out of this. It's not continuing. You got some bear candles that came in quickly. At this point, you could have been setting your target. So if your target was, let's say, just 3.5 and it didn't get there, over here, as this is coming in for an S curve, you're like, okay, it should go. You can tighten up your stop to probably 2.5. Actually, no, that would be here. Probably 2.75. 275 would be a good stop at this point. Target is up at 3.5. stop down at 2.75, or you can just exit because it's going sideways and it's like, okay, it's rested long enough, it should be moving up, maybe just get out. So there's a couple different ways to play it like that, but looking in the bullish direction. And then if we go back to SPY, and here we can see that we had some selling come in. So we did kind of a double top sort of thing here. We broke down, didn't even really retest a neckline. So you got over here. So it was a bigger retest. And then we got into whatever was going on between like the 1 o'clock and 1:30 time frame. That's why I'm thinking maybe there was some sort of FOMC announcement. You got some big spikes in volume and pricing, and it just chopped around a little bit. If you're not familiar with that, just don't trade during that time. Get out of something before Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and that'll just help you avoid all that. I've made the mistake of getting into trades right before that, not realizing that was about to happen, but it's also been a good mistake at times where I'm in it in the correct direction and it can work, but it's a little more of a gamble because you don't know how people are going to react to whatever's being announced, and I don't even know what was being announced. The other thing I was going to point out with this today is that, remember this, I kind of drew down here, we had some consolidation. Well, we retested that really nicely right here with a high wave candle, and then we broke up and made kind of a double bottom there, and then we retested again, and then here we are at the end of the day. So you had 2 times to be buying. You know, there wasn't a 10-way setup bullish this way. It wasn't a 10-way bullish any of these, but just seeing that pattern, seeing that, oh, look, the previous day we did the same kind of thing, and we basically retested back into the high of that and then retested into the apex of it today. It was a good place to see that, okay, maybe we'll hold the level. Just like, you know, the 385, sorry, 38.53 price on SPX. We're doing something similar in this area with SPY around 384. And that was just kind of the range where you could actually just get into something a little more directionally. So if you had shorted here, I'm going to draw the ones that you could have shorted from. So that would have been, let me erase the other ones. Don't short there. And then at the end of the day, you're not going to short it. And then which ones could you go long? Well, let's go long on the ones where we were interacting with previous day's price. So go long here, and then I'm just going to do each of those. So you could have been buying down in here, buying in here, and buying in here. And you could have been shorting here and here and here. There's just different ways to play it. So obviously not 10-way setups, but understanding the range, understanding the pricing. I think there were some opportunities to even buy here going back up because we broke through that and didn't really rest there. So this was a really strong volume, really strong candle to say, okay, we're not going to stop at this price. And it's kind of like, okay, if it was old resistance, didn't really work that way now. Let's see if it's new support. Sure enough, new support at 384, and it bounced nicely. Let's see if it'll hold again. Nope, whatever's going on here, don't pay attention to that price now. Get way back down here. It's like, okay, here's the price we're at. Let's see if we'll get back up in the price we know. Yep, acted as a resistance again, came back down. It's just a good way to go directionally back and forth if you're going to have more of a choppy day, which I was kind of expecting because it was an inside day from yesterday. So here's all yesterday, some big selling, big kind of, looks kind of like a cup and handle here. You have this kind of shape going on, and then here's your handle, and then you do break out, but then we haven't continued up. So maybe this is just a bigger cup and handle. Let me redraw all of this. So what if to get back up to the rim of that is actually way over there, like that, and then the handle portion of it is all this. I think that kind of looks like a cup and handle. If that's right, we should continue on up. I don't know if that's right. I think we'll still have some more selling, but it's an inside day, so we've rested enough that whatever happens tomorrow could go either way, but I really don't know. And I thought we were going to have some more selling today with where we had sold off from yesterday. We've had some gap downs from this this area in the past as well, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.